Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
While your group is together, now is a great opportunity to pick a time and place to meet should you become separated in the park.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us. This is The Gateway to the Magic. I'm Tim Scott, joined by
his lovely wife, Dawn.
And this is exciting. This is episode 135, and this is our vacation wrap-up report.
Yeah.
We are now back at our home. A couple episodes ago, we were actually in the Animal Kingdom Lodge. We have since left the Animal Kingdom Lodge and gotten on with real life.
Yeah.
I say we go back.
I'm ready to go back. Maybe not to the Animal Kingdom Lodge, but I'm ready to go
yeah,
back
we had another couple issues there we'll talk about, but I'm going to try to get some giraffes for outside our kitchen, so we have breakfast.
Oh, the giraffes were so beautiful.
That was my favorite part, I think, this time.
They were just wonderful. And our location, I don't know, because we're so far on the end and right where the giraffes go in and out to their night house, they hung out there most of the time, so they were right outside our window.
And they kept looking at us.
They did, especially Mackenzie when she was practicing her music.
Yes.
They would kind of stare at her a little bit.
Yep.
I don't know. But I think the people who had rooms closer to the lobby on the same Savannah, I don't know that they got to see the giraffes as much.
Right. I don't think so. I mean, I didn't see that many around the main part of the Savannah.
I never did. The zebra hung out down there quite a bit.
Yeah, there were a couple messy, I don't know what those things were there. Wildebeest, maybe?
Yeah, they brought those out later on in the week.
Yeah, they were like in the mud and petting each other. I don't know what they were doing. I didn't want to ask.
No.
but
the giraffes were definitely my favorite. They're beautiful.
Yeah, they were gorgeous. But before we go on, we're going to continue with...
Adventures in housekeeping.
That's right. You're all familiar with Conditioner Gate, which we had this last trip. I'm going to let my wife explain... I don't know what we'll call this confrontation.
I don't know. It was not good. Well, we came back from the parks. It was, mid-afternoon, about, I think it was like a little after 2 o'clock or so. And our room had not been made up, which is fine because housekeeping generally starts at 8:30 and is done by 4:30. So, they can't do everybody's room in first thing in the morning. We did still have 2 clean towels from before, and I'm not opposed to using a towel that I've once used before, but as you know, at Disney World in the summer, nothing dries in those rooms.
Nope.
So the other towels that we had used were soaked, so not usable. So we said to the kids to go ahead and, hurry up and shower. We had noticed that our housekeeper was 2 doors down from where our room was and thought, well, she'll be here any minute.
Yeah, it's not far away.
Nope. When she comes, we'll leave the room, go sit out in one of the balconies and watch the animals, and then Tim and I would get ready. Well, it gets later and later and later. And I think we had dinner reservations somewhere, and we're kind of getting a little antsy about things. And
yes.
So I went out to see, where she was she closed? Because by this time, it's a little after 3 o'clock. Nowhere to be found.
Yep.
And the tag that says, I'm servicing your room, was still hanging on the same room, and the door was propped open. So I don't know what she was doing, where she was. Anyway, so there was another housekeeper further down the hallway, so I went down there and asked her, could I please have some towels and washcloths so that Tim and I could get ready? And she did. She gave us those, no problem. So I hopped in the shower, got all clean, came out to the little area where the sink is. The kids were on the balcony. And I think Stephen was on the bed. Mackenzie's on the balcony. You were on the chair.
Yeah, I was on the chair trying to manipulate FastPass Pluses with the laptop.
Right.
Yes.
But I was right by the sink, and all I had on was a towel because I was going to get dressed.
Yes.
And without knocking, without any type of a warning, the housekeeper lets herself into our room.
Hello.
And she says hello. And I start kind of panicking. I'm like, I'm not dressed. I'm not dressed.
Right.
Now, I'm not sure, maybe, I'm assuming she spoke English because then she continued to have a nice conversation with Tim as I'm standing there backing myself back into the bathroom.
Because I bounded out of the chair and I started, heading towards the door like a linebacker.
Yeah, to get her out of the room, and she's not leaving.
No, she kept
wants to
walking
know,
forward.
Why are you in the room? I need to clean the room. When are you going to get out? Could you hurry and get out? And
yes, and I was like, we need more time. She's like, how much time?
Oh, what time are we going to be out? How much more time do you need? And it was awful.
Yep. I was like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, something like that.
So
we just got
Tim
towels.
finally gets her out the door, and that was no easy task.
No,
but finally got her out of the door. And we finished getting ready, and Tim and Mackenzie went to get the car, and Stephen and I went to the front desk. At this point, I probably maybe should have realized or thought that there was a manager or a supervisor in charge of the housekeepers that I probably should have called, but I went to the front desk. And I asked to speak to the front desk supervisor, and he came, and I explained the situation to him. At first, his response was, well, you should have had the privacy card out there. And I said, okay.
So anytime we don't want the maid to come in.
I said, okay, so that's great, but she didn't knock. He's like, well, knocking and coming in is protocol. And I'm like, I'm sure it is, but I'm telling you that was not what was followed.
She had the coming in part right. It was the knocking problem she didn't understand.
Yeah. So as he sees I'm getting a little more upset, I said, she still needs to knock, and I said, we were all in there and she didn't knock. And then he was kind of like, okay, he's like, well, what do you need? And I said, I need for her to clean our room at 10:30 in the morning from now through the rest of our stay. That way we know for sure we will be out of the room and she doesn't have to worry about interrupting us or walking in on us or anything. If the room gets cleaned at 10:30, that would be perfect. And he said, great, I'll note that on your reservation. No problem.
Right.
Thursday morning we left, came back, the room was fine. Friday, left, came back, everything was fine. Saturday we decided to sleep in, spend the later morning, swimming at the pool. And then we were going to go to Splitsville for lunch and some bowling.
Yep.
And it was about 10:15.
And where do we had dinner reservations that night too, somewhere?
Mama Melrose.
We didn't make it. That's part of the story.
And here's part of we'll tell the rest of the story.
Here it comes.
So 10:15, we're waking Mackenzie up. You got to get out of bed. We told the housekeeper we'd be out of the room by 10:30. It's not fair for us to break our end of the bargain.
Right.
So we need to go. So we get her up and we're out the door. It's 10:28. So we went down, swam in the pool, which was wonderful. Beautiful day. The water was nice and warm.
Yeah.
Had a good time. About 12:15, I said, how about if I go back up to the room, get ready, take my shower. You guys can swim a little bit longer.
Yep.
Then I'll be done. Then we can all get our showers and get going.
Yep. I think we swam another 45 minutes or so, I think, after that.
Yeah. I said, come back up, about 1 o'clock-ish or so would be good. Get back up to the room. It's a little after 12:15. The room has not been made up. We have no clean towels. We have nothing.
That's right.
So I thought, okay, it's vacation. Let's just try not to get upset. So I called housekeeping and asked, could we please have some towels sent up because we needed to go. Couldn't find anybody in the hallway. Plus, I'm in a bathing suit, so I didn't really want to parade around the hallway.
Right.
25 minutes later, no towels, no washcloths. Still. And at this point in time, we were planning to have lunch at Splitsville.
Right.
And then we had dinner reservations at Mama Melrose's. And now we're getting to the point where if we have lunch any later, we're not going to be hungry for dinner.
Right.
And with, this is not a newer system, but it is. If you don't show up for your dinner reservations, you are charged $10 a person.
Yep.
And if you cancel less than 24 hours in advance, you are charged $10 per person. And, so it was just really, I'd had it at that point in time. So I called housekeeping again and explained the situation. The girl put me on hold, and then a very, very nice housekeeping manager or supervisor, I'm not sure what their title is, got on the phone. And as soon as she said, what can I do for you? I just broke down and started crying. I said, I have had it. I'm at the end of my rope. I want a fresh towel and a washcloth so I can take a shower. And I explained to her what had happened. She hadn't heard about the empty bottles of
used bottles
that had come up to our room,
conditioner gate.
And then I explained to her about the housekeeper walking in on Wednesday and talking to the front desk and asking that our room be made up at 10:30. That way there's no issue. And she put me on hold, and she came back and she apologized and said, yes, the person at the front desk was supposed to put that on our reservation but had not. Ooh. So I am very, very grateful to the front desk manager who was honest and said, yes, they did come down and had asked for that. And I forgot. I dropped the ball. So she says, I'm going to bring up towels immediately for you. I'll be there in a minute. And she was. I mean, I barely hung up the phone, the door. She was knocking on the door. And, she said she felt really bad about the whole thing. And, I explained to her, I said, we want to go have lunch at Splitsville. Our vacation's almost over. But we have these dinner reservations. We can't have them back to back like that. It's just, you
Right.
know, you're not going to be hungry. You're hardly hungry at Disney World anyway because you're hot. So she was very nice, and she offered to pay for our lunch at Splitsville, which she did do, which, you know, we did not ask for.
No.
Which we thought was very, very nice. And then as just a nice little, I don't know, treat or whatever, she had turn down service for us for the next couple days.
That was nice.
That was really, really nice to come back to the room and have the lights on low and the TV on and the pillows all fluffed and
Couple pieces of chocolate.
Yeah, I think that was a really, really nice touch. I don't know if that's a service that you can just add on because it's a deluxe hotel or if you pay for it. I don't know. I think the next time we go, if we stay at a deluxe hotel, I'll definitely check into that to see if it's a service you pay for or if it's just an amenity if it's requested.
Yeah.
So, because it was really nice.
It was nice.
They, you know, had the curtains all shut for you.
It was kind of cruise-esque.
Oh yeah, it was nice. It reminded me, and the towels had been replenished, and it was very, very nice. So I did appreciate that.
Yep.
So and then
tell them what they sent up like with
and then the next night, I think the front desk kind of felt bad. They dropped the ball. They sent up a very nice little cupcake tray and had some chocolate brownies with peanut butter frosting. Oh my gosh, those were so good. I think I would have. Had Mackenzie not already eaten the other one, I think I probably knocked her down getting to it. It was so good.
They were very good.
And then there's some vanilla cupcakes there as well. And
those were good.
A chocolate giraffe that they had done.
Oh, yeah.
The back. They had done some chocolate artwork there that Mackenzie ate. But it was really nice and really, really pretty.
Very nice.
And I thought that was a really nice gesture on their part, you know. And it was very, very much appreciated.
It was.
You know, I don't think because mistakes are made or, you know, accidents and things happen that hotels necessarily owe you anything. But when they do something...
Yeah, when they acknowledge that they did make a mistake.
Yeah, that's, you know, honestly, that's all. I would have been very satisfied when she got back on the phone and she goes, yeah, they acknowledged they dropped the ball. I was perfectly fine with that. Because then I didn't want them to think that I was lying. Like, when they said they were going to do this and they didn't... You know, I didn't want that, but I thought that was very, very nice. Not necessary for the lunch, but was very much appreciated. And then they were able to help us just cancel our Mama Melrose's reservations because we didn't leave for it was going on 3:00.
Yeah, there was no way
before we left, and our dinner reservations were, you know, at like 6:45, and we really, really wanted to eat at Splitsville because their pizza is very good there. And then, oh my goodness, if you ever go, you have to get their. We call it the cone of fries, and it comes with a chive dip. Oh, it is so delicious. Just, I don't know what kind of seasoning they put on those fries that goes with that chive dip. Oh, my goodness.
We had 3.
Yeah, we did. We ended up having 3 cones. Well, Steven ate one on his own.
Yeah, he probably had 1.5, I think, actually. So
probably.
Oh, my gosh.
But those were really good. But anyways, that was the negative. But, you know, like I said, Disney, I think, went above and beyond what they needed to do. Apology definitely sufficed it for me, but it was nice that they added the little extras there.
Right.
So
that's pretty much the resort portion.
Housekeeping gate.
Yeah, housekeeping gate 2014. So we want to talk about a few more things we experienced on this vacation. Let's go with. We'll talk a little bit about the dining.
We will.
Well, we did Ohana's again.
Delicious as always.
That was fantastic.
It's always good there.
I know a lot of people say, you know, they're taking some things away and they're maybe replacing it with some other things. They
did the salad. I was disappointed. They took away the salad and they replaced it with
lettuce wraps.
Yeah, they didn't look like lettuce wraps. It looked like stuff put on top of a lettuce leaf.
Yeah, it did.
It was not
work.
a wrap.
It didn't work for me. It was like make it yourself lettuce wraps, which I think was kind of.
Yeah, I didn't even try it because I just looked at it. It did not even look appetizing to me at all. I
tried one. You put whatever stuffing they had in the lettuce, and then they bring out a couple of the meat sauces, so you can kind of drizzle it on there as you wish, and it tasted like lettuce with a little bit of the sauce from the steak on it.
Yeah, I'm not going to waste my Ohana experience on lettuce.
Lettuce, please. But the steak, pork, and shrimp was all that was on the skewers this time. There's a little bit of the chicken is not there anymore. People are in an uproar.
I wasn't in an uproar about it, but I don't particularly care for pork. I'm allergic to shellfish, so
Yeah,
shrimp
you can't
is
have the shrimp.
out.
No shrimp for you.
So all I had was the steak, and it was good, but I was missing the chicken.
Yeah. I would think more people would prefer chicken than pork.
I would think so. And I would think chicken wouldn't be as expensive as pork.
You wouldn't think.
But I don't know.
Especially since, they had the chicken wings, I guess, which were there. Maybe they figured.
Oh, yeah. And I don't like chicken wings. So
No.
I don't know. But the noodles were very good.
Yes.
And the steak was good. The pineapple bread. Oh, yummy.
Oh, yes.
So overall, I mean, I was very, very happy with our Ohana experience.
And the server was fantastic.
Yes, he was. He was very, very good, very attentive.
He was attentive. He was just chatty enough. He knew he was having fun and making the experience. Here's what makes it a good. If you get a good tip from me, you keep my drink filled.
That's right.
So I had an iced tea. I got halfway done with the iced tea. He brings me out another one in the glass, and he just keeps alternating, filling them up for me the rest of the night.
Yep.
Because apparently I don't drink enough during the day. Because when we sit down for a meal, I'm just chugging tea or water like nobody's business. But that was a fabulous experience.
That was very, very good.
So
that was awesome.
I wasn't too thrilled with where our table was.
Yeah,
I was kind of iffy when we sat. Once we sat down, it was fine. When if you've been to Ohana's, Bob doesn't know this, but when you go in, there's those lines of tikis. Like as soon as you walk in, and there's tables right on the other side. We were right there in the corner.
Yeah.
Now there was enough separation; it didn't really bother me, but I'd prefer to have been by a window.
Yeah, we were by a window last time, and that really made it nice.
That was very nice.
It has a good view. We didn't have a view at all. We had a view of the tiki's butt.
Yeah,
So.
tiki butts were right there.
That's it. But
The flaming grill was a few tables away.
it's all right. But the company was good.
The company was fantastic. We were just far enough away that we didn't have any of the coconut races disturbing us too much.
No.
So that might have been a little bit of a plus.
Yeah. So it was good.
It was good.
It was good. Good conversation. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Any restaurants you can think of that you...
Well, we got to talk about Be Our Guest.
Be Our Guest. I didn't forget about it, but yes.
We had a crappy table at Be Our Guest, but
Again, as soon as you walk in, they sat us down. I don't know if it was what I'm wearing, how I look.
honestly, it's probably just luck of the draw. I'm
I guess.
sure that's what it is. But
No, but at that point, you're supposed to be just happy you're in.
yeah, because those ADRs are very hard to come by.
Oh, my goodness.
So yeah, our ADR was not until 8:00 that night.
Yes.
And you go to check in, and you're given a pager, and you have to wait outside. You cannot go inside. There's no inside. And that evening, I think, was the most humid evening
It
we
was hot.
had. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, I'm going to melt. And I was getting a little irritated just because I don't like to be hot. I don't like to sweat. And you're probably like, yeah, Dawn, so go to Florida in the middle of the summer. I think that's a great thing to do.
We have to go when our kids' schedules allow it, is our problem.
So, well, I'm a teacher and I don't get vacation time. So if we don't go in the summer, we don't go. But, being on a cruise is so different. You can be outside, then go inside. And Disney World, there's just a lot of walking, a lot of humidity.
Yep.
So, but anyways, we didn't have to wait too awfully long. It was not bad at all.
No, it wasn't at all.
No. So we went inside, and this was kind of funny. The guy that seated us was giving us the features of the castle, and it pretty much looks like the ballroom scene from Beauty and the Beast.
It did.
And
it was crazy.
It was, and he, explained to us they do have the magical rose room that you can go and visit. There's also a study where the Beast will be taking pictures, but you have to wait till the very end of your meal to do that. And there was another little side room. I forget what he called that one.
Yeah, I don't remember what that was called.
And he's like, if you need the restrooms, here's the kings and queens restrooms, whatever. So Steven was kind of funny. After we got seated, Steven got up to use the restroom, and he came back and he goes, seriously, that's the king's restroom? Looks like every other bathroom at Disney World. So he was not overly impressed.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he expected.
I don't know, but I guess it wasn't gold plated like you thought it was going to be. I don't know, but
here's your crown so you can use the bathroom.
Exactly.
Sit on your throne.
Yes. We had a very nice server, but not a very attentive server. Our drinks went unfilled most of the time.
Again, that cuts into your tippage if you're going to service the Resort Loop Tim family.
Exactly. I'm like, you want that 20% because it'll say right on there, suggested tip 18%, and it tells you what it is. 20% tells you what it is. If you want the 20%, man, you better keep our drinks filled.
That's right.
We don't ask for a whole lot. We're not
constantly bringing stuff. Just
keep the drinks
I don't want to have to beg for some more tea.
Yeah, and it looked, because I was watching, because it's the banquet room or the restaurant it's huge.
It's big.
Very big. Yeah. And I was watching to see how many tables she had, and it looked like maybe she already had like a bazillion tables, and maybe she only had 3.
I was going to say,
besides ours.
I don't think there were that many tables that she had that I saw her going to, so I'm not sure.
So I'm not sure what the problem was, but anyway, no big deal. Tim, Mackenzie, and I ordered French onion soup, and Stephen did not order an appetizer, which is fine because they bring you bread, and he had that. The French onion soup was so good.
That was some of the best French onion soup that we've had.
It was, because it wasn't, super, super salty like a lot of French onion soup can be. It didn't have that. It just had just a wonderful, rich flavor. It was really, really good. And the cheese wasn't too hard to kind of...
No. It was nice and soft.
Yeah. So you were able to kind of break the plane of the stringiness.
That's right. You can control the cheese.
Bowl. Yeah, the cheese was controllable. That's the only thing I worried about. But it was good. And then Stephen and I ordered strip steaks, which were huge.
They were big.
They were huge. Mackenzie had... she had some type of seafood dish.
She had the shrimp and scallop in a pastry. And she ate all of that. That looked really good.
Yeah, and then you had...
I had a roasted pork.
Okay. How was yours?
Mine was fantastic. I thought it was fatty at first. It was just super, super tender.
Oh, okay.
But it was really, really good. Easy to eat. It came with it was like a cauliflower puree or something. That was really, really good. That I'd never had before. So
yeah, Mackenzie really liked hers. Stephen got French fries with his, and then it came with a side of green beans. I had mashed potatoes, and it came with a side of green beans. And Steve and I both agreed that the green beans weren't very good. They were very al dente, and they I'm not sure they were beautiful color-wise. They weren't, that dark, dull green. They were very brilliant green. But I like mine cooked just a little bit more, and I didn't particularly care for the flavor of them, but the steak was so good. It was really good. It had, strip steak comes with some fat along the sides, and you have to cut that off before you eat it. But for the most part, it was very good, very tender. Stephen ate all of his. I ate about half of mine, and then Stephen finished the other half of mine. So we don't have to worry about things like that going to waste in our family.
Yeah, so if he doesn't get an appetizer, we know he's going to make up for it somewhere else. That was not a problem. Oh, and I'll say, it was really dark in there.
Yes.
So prepare to use your cell phone as a flashlight to read the menu.
Yes.
Because there was some kind of I don't know, it was a real candle, a fake candle. There was something there.
It was fake.
But it didn't help at all.
No, it was very, very dark. And I think it just contributes to the ambiance of the room and stuff. So, but we ate, and then they ask if you want dessert. And of course we did. And they bring this huge dessert cart to you.
I've not seen one of those in years. Anywhere.
I know. It was very, very
1970s.
Jinx, buy me Coke. Anyway, it was very old.
Old school.
Anyway, so of course, when you're at Be Our Guest in the Beauty and the Beast Castle, what do you order?
Well, I heard it's delicious.
We ordered the gray stuff.
That's right.
It was delicious.
It was really good.
It was fantastic. So we ordered one and we split it. It was very good. Steven didn't. He's not a dessert kid anyway. No. So he didn't order any dessert. But it was really, really good. It was good. It was like a mousse type, like a cookies and cream type mousse on top of a chocolate graham cracker crust. Yeah. It was very, very good.
It was good.
So Mackenzie and I were fighting over the last bite. It was delicious. It really was delicious.
It was.
But they had other things. They had cheesecake, and they had some other tart-looking type desserts.
I remember seeing it in there, but I really wasn't paying attention. We were so focused on our great stuff.
All their desserts looked really good.
They did look good.
So, so then our meal was over, and we paid the check.
We paid?
Bring extra money. It's very expensive. But I will say it's one of those restaurants we probably would go back.
You know what I would consider doing if we went back? I would definitely get the soup again. The soup was so filling, I might consider maybe we'd split a steak or something. Honestly, after the soup, I was thinking, I'm kind of full.
Yeah.
I could almost have been done.
The soup was quite filling. It came in a pretty nice size, bowl, crock.
Was it? A little crock, yeah.
It was good. But when you're done, we paid the check, and they encourage you to go explore the rest of the restaurant.
Yes.
And although at first I didn't particularly care for our table location, when I saw how many people that were parading through the restaurant to go look at different parts of the castle, I thought, you know what? We didn't have that.
No, then people walking by us.
It wasn't too bad, yeah. And so we went back to the magical, or the enchanted, I keep calling it magical, it's Enchanted Rose.
Yeah, oh, yes.
The Enchanted Rose room, we thought the room we were in was dark. This one was almost pitch black.
That's right. We needed
it was really dark. But the rose was beautiful. I mean, that they had, and it was pretty neat. And there are tables back there that you can eat in that room. You would definitely need a flashlight to read that menu.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm surprised maybe they don't provide one for you. But that room is very small. But it was very, very pretty. But I would not want to eat in there, mostly because there's so many people coming back, and then they had their big bright flashes, pictures going. I felt kind of bad. I'm like, I don't want to disturb these people's dining experience.
What's up with people and flashes?
But the servers encourage you to do it. So I don't know. The back wall of the Be Our Guest restaurant is actually the exact animation that they used for the snow scene in Beauty and the Beast.
According to our waitress, yes.
Yes, they brought back the exact animation. So, and it really looked neat.
It was very awesome.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
So, and then there was one other room.
Yeah, what was that other room? What was the theme of that?
It
was like the art gallery room. There were like paintings in there, weren't there?
Yes.
So I don't know if that's what it was supposed to have been. But
I forget. She told us.
It was a little brighter in there.
Yes. It was really pretty. It was all green, done in greens. It was very, very beautiful. And there was a server that was kind of standing there. And I had said something. I said, well, this is really pretty in here. I, maybe sometime would like to eat in here. And she goes, oh, it's very hard to get in here to eat because we only have half this room open because the kitchen is not able at this time to have the entire restaurant open. So there's a lot of seats that go unused because of that. I'm sure they're probably working to correct that problem.
I can't believe they haven't done it by now.
Well, when they opened, they probably didn't realize,
we're going to be popular.
So, and then, of course, your last picture or last stop is the Beast study, where he comes out and you can take pictures with him. He does not sign autographs.
No.
There, though. He is strictly picture only, and there you go.
Yep.
And they escort you right out the castle. Once you have your picture with the Beast, do not plan to linger.
No.
You are out the door.
Snap and move. But you can take pictures with your camera. Then there's, of course, the Disney photographers there, and they'll scan your band or your card and get your picture that way.
Absolutely. It worked.
It was very nice.
And then when we left, we had kind of one of our neat little magical encounters with a cast member.
Yes, Walt.
Yes.
From Custodial Services, I believe.
Yes.
And I'll tell you, the custodial department, they know their stuff.
They really do. And he was just really, really nice, really talkative, and just was pretty awesome.
Yeah,
we appreciated that.
He gives a little bit of history about where you could find some hidden Mickeys. Like, I won't go into exactly where they're at, but then he told us
in the new Fantasyland.
In the new Fantasyland is what he was talking about. Yes, like there's a hidden Steamboat Willie. But then he went and told us about another hidden thing. I'll let you tell him about this.
Well, this was pretty cool. This was Walt's first character, and his name was he was a rabbit, and his name was Oswald. And for years and years and years. Walt Disney did not own the rights to Oswald. And I did not know that. But they said most recently they acquired, which you can tell the story of how they acquired him because I don't know it. Oh,
it was just eventually through different mergers and things, Oswald the Lucky Rabbit was eventually acquired by NBC Universal. So then eventually down the road, NBC wanted Al Michaels from Monday Night Football. Because they were getting their whole football thing ready. And so I guess, according to Walt, and from what I've heard, NBC called up Disney and said, we'd like to have Al Michaels. Is there anything, what deal can we work out? And they said, I think you still have our Oswald guy. We'll give you a trade. A real human for a cartoon character.
There you go.
I'm not sure Al Michaels felt valuable after that, but it worked out for both sides, I think. So
it did.
So Oswald is back in the Disney fold. I'm sure a lot of our listeners knew that. And there's some
didn't. That was the first I'd heard that.
Oh, okay.
I don't know where I've been.
Yeah, there's some hats out there and shirts. I guess as soon as they got Oswald, they started to try to capitalize on that. But that was a couple years ago. So
okay.
But now
there's a hidden Oswald in the sidewalk.
Yes.
Right by the Beauty and the Beast castle.
And he said there's one other one somewhere else, but he couldn't tell us where that was, or he couldn't show us.
It was in the Seven Doors Mine Train ride.
Oh, that's right. And we couldn't. He said, obviously, I can't take you in there.
Yeah. So he says, but it's in there.
Yes.
So that was pretty cool.
So I have a picture. I'll try to post it on the with the show. Yeah. But it's cool. It's a little hidden Oswald, and you wouldn't know it if it wasn't there. And I'd like to thank Walt and Custodial for telling us that. He was very, very nice.
Oh, very nice.
I could have talked to him for another hour.
We could have, but he needed to get back to his job.
He did.
And I know that
He just took a minute.
Yeah, Disney encourages, their cast members to be friendly and, interact with the guests, which is, like I said, that was probably one of the highlights of our trip was talking to him.
He was a little bit of our pixie dust on this trip.
He really was, and we appreciated that. That was very, very nice. But we had to go because he did need to get back to his job.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, park-wise, let's get into maybe some of the different parks. Let's start, I think our best time this trip was at Epcot.
It was. It was absolutely Mackenzie's favorite park.
Her favorite ride is Spaceship Earth.
No, it's not. She changed.
She did change last night, or last day, didn't she?
The last day we were there, she said Space Mountain's her favorite ride.
She likes them when they have space in there.
That's right. And then Spaceship Earth was her second.
Yeah.
But for most of the trip, it was Spaceship Earth.
That's right. That changed near the end.
Exactly. And let's talk a little bit about how FastPass Plus is kind of impacting these rides.
Oh.
Did we do that?
We can talk about it. It's our show.
I'm not sure. I could not even begin to tell you when the last time was I saw a line at Spaceship Earth past 10 o'clock in the morning.
Exactly.
Never.
No.
It's just not there. And this time, there were wait times, 35, 45 minutes for Spaceship Earth at noon, 1 o'clock. Mm-hmm. You did need a FastPass for it.
It was crazy.
It was crazy. It was. But as always, Spaceship Earth was wonderful. And if you know your ABCs, thank the Phoenicians.
Absolutely.
It's my favorite line.
I can tell you, because I mentioned before I had some knee problems I've been working through. Mm-hmm. The rear seat on Spaceship Earth has a little more legroom than the front. Mm-hmm. Just a little tip out there for anybody if you needed to know.
You know what? I don't know that I've ever sat in the front because it's always one of the kids and then you get in or two of the kids and they get in the front. I'm always in the back.
Right.
I have never sat in the front.
Yeah,
ever.
Yeah, we kind of did a rotating thing.
No, you guys did the rotating thing.
Well, we did the rotating thing. You're always in the back.
I sat in the back in the same spot every time we rode it. And probably the trip before that.
Yeah, it could have been. We're turning around, hey, Miss Daisy.
I guess, I don't know. But we did that. We rode Soarin' multiple times. But,
yes.
Once standby, and the rest with the Fast Pass. But we went to Epcot several times.
So Test Track, we already talked about. We did that before. But I will say, the one time Mackenzie did it, it saved her car to her Magic Band. When we went back the other time, she could have raced the same car.
That's pretty cool.
It came right up on the display.
That's cool, because I only rode the one time. It made me a little sick.
Yeah.
But I've never had problems with motion sickness before. And this trip...
It might have been heat related, too.
I don't know. I think I'm just old.
No, you're not. You're fantastic.
But I was sick on a lot of stuff this time. It's like I could do it one time, and then I was done. I could not have...
That's why I think it was partially heat, too.
I don't know. Because we used to go and do Expedition Everest, and we'd ride the standby line right at rope drop, and then we would do our Fast Pass.
No.
I couldn't do even the last time we were there 4 years ago, I couldn't do it the second time.
Yeah.
Or I did do it the second time, and I was close to getting sick. I don't remember.
Yeah, I remember I did the one time. I was like, whew, well, we're not doing this one again.
Yeah.
But
it was back to Epcot.
So then we went over to Mission Space. We did our standard green non-spin launch.
That was still fun.
Still fun. Steven's still trying to stir the tanks.
Yeah.
And then we saw Ellen. Mm-hmm. Did you notice in Ellen? No, it was same show. It's cute. During the pre-show, we had a few people walk out. I think maybe they thought that was the whole show.
Yeah, I'm not sure. They tried to get out.
Yeah.
And they couldn't get out the doors they came in, and I don't know.
I don't know. They punched out. They were like, I don't know.
Stupid Judy.
Stupid energy.
So, whatever. But it was really good.
It was good.
It was good. And then, eventually, during our time at Epcot, because we went back multiple times, we did do the Living with the Land.
Yes.
So there was
pilotless boats.
Yeah. They've had that for a while, though.
I know. Bob and I brought that up on the show that we kind of miss having the real person on the boat.
I do, too.
Because they would, if you had a question or something, you could ask it, they would point it out to you and mention.
They did. But they had some new and different crops there that we hadn't seen before, and I can't think what they were, but I thought they were really cool at the time.
Yeah, they were different.
Yeah. So that was pretty neat.
That was cool.
We just did that once.
Yeah.
So we also did the Nemo ride. Did not stay for Turtle Talk with Crush.
Yeah.
It's more of a younger... they say it's for everybody, but I think more young families enjoy that.
Yeah, because they want to interact more with the kids, I think. Not that they want to harass me, but...
Yeah, it's good.
I'd rather see that on the animator's palette on the Fantasy.
Yeah, exactly.
That's where I like to see my crush.
No kidding. So, but we did Journey into Your Imagination.
I don't know why. It's so sad.
It is. I miss Figment.
Ugh.
He pops up every now and then, but it just is not the same.
It's just not the fun
It's not one little spark.
Of inspiration.
Yeah. And then, of course, for Mackenzie, we had to see Captain EO.
Yeah, we did. I always enjoy Captain EO. It gets cornier with age, but it's still entertaining.
It was good. It's good to see Michael Jackson dancing the way
he was supposed to.
He's supposed to dance and looking the way he's supposed to look. He looks fantastic in Captain EO.
Yeah.
It was fun.
I know they had the pre-show. I don't know if we saw this last time or not. They had that little clip of the making.
Yeah, the making of Captain EO,
which is really interesting.
That was probably my favorite part.
Yeah, they showed him practicing the choreography and costuming, and saw George Lucas there doing his thing, and
yeah, it was really cool.
It was very cool.
It was good. I really, all the attractions that we experienced, whether they were old favorites or new ones, they do it well.
Yes,
they do. There's, we'd heard, people thought Disney might be going downhill a little bit, and I didn't find that at all.
No,
I didn't either.
There's a line you have to cross between. There's a line between new attractions and old favorites, and you don't want to lose too many old favorites,
right? But
you still want new stuff, and I think they're balancing it so far.
Right. And some of the boards that I read, they thought some of the cast members might not be as attentive and as magical as they have been in the past, but in the parks and things, I don't think that we experienced anybody that was less than friendly.
No.
So maybe not overly. I mean, Walt was certainly fantastic. That was pretty much the best interaction we had with cast members, right. But certainly very courteous, very friendly, assistant-wise. So it was good.
Yep. Well, let's jump over to World Showcase.
All right.
Because this was near the end of the trip, but it's something our daughter has wanted to do for the past couple of years.
Exactly.
She wanted to do Mackenzie's tour of World Showcase.
That's right. And she wanted her picture taken in front of every single country.
Yes. Which we didn't quite make every single country.
No.
And then it got dark near the end, and it just came out. It didn't matter where we put her. It was just a picture of her with a dark background. But we did it.
I think the funniest part was, though, Stephen, as we were walking through one of the countries, was it Morocco?
Morocco, yeah.
We were walking through Morocco, and he spotted the henna tattoo artist.
Who's not Moroccan, by any stretch of the imagination.
No. She's a nice little blonde American, yes. What she is. Yes. But she was very nice, very sweet.
And talented.
Oh, extremely talented. So Stephen decides he wants a henna tattoo.
You're like, you've not had asked for anything really this whole trip.
Exactly.
Other than food.
Exactly. So we said yes. So he picked a tattoo that said power in a different language.
Yes, in Arabic.
In Arabic. So that was pretty cool. We had to wait a little bit. We said, we asked her, well, do we have time to go someplace else, come back? How, there's a few people ahead of us. And she's like, there's 3 people ahead of you, so 12 minutes.
She had it down.
And she was not kidding.
No.
It was 12 minutes.
No, she knocked them out.
She does. And I mean, she's very quick, but her work is beautiful.
Yes.
So then Mackenzie started, and I want a tattoo also.
Yeah.
So, did we talk about in our family, when our kids turn 13, we like to do 13 special things for them throughout the year that they are 13.
That's kind of our thing.
Kind of our thing. So it's usually one a month.
Right.
So we did it for Steven, so we want to do it for Mackenzie. Well, Mackenzie has now changed hers rather from 13 things that we do one a month. She just wants 13 wishes. She used 3 of them on the trip.
Yeah, she wants to burn through her 13 quickly.
Yeah, I don't know about quickly. She just found a lot of stuff she wanted at Disney World. So she had already gotten a couple souvenirs and things. So, her souvenir budget was pretty much spent.
Right.
Where Steven's hadn't asked for any of them. So that's why we allowed Steven to get the tattoo. So she starts in on, can I use this as one of my 13 wishes? And so we said yes. So she got a very cute little treble clef that was made into a heart.
Yes.
It was very
It's adorable.
Cute. Hey, and I'm telling you what, it irritated your mom. So it was money well spent.
It's like we had an actual tattoo put on her. I'm not sure. I mean, it's one step away from one of those lick on and put on yourself.
Your mom freaked out. Her reaction was, I mean, we told her it was fake, and she still was freaking out.
Oh, Nelly.
Oh, we shouldn't pick on your mom.
No, we're not picking on her. It's all in good fun.
It is. It was funny, though. Although had Steven, I think, shown her his tattoo first, I don't think she would have believed that it was fake. I think she would have freaked out because he's already 18 and can do whatever he wants, basically. So. And
his is on his whole inner forearm.
Oh, yeah. It went from his wrist to his elbow.
But the best part was, what did he decide after getting it?
He hated it.
He hates tattoos now. He's like, I'm bored of this.
Exactly. He's like, I don't want to look at this. Well, fortunately for you, it's going to, wear off in a couple weeks.
That's right.
So,
But we lost some time there, so that's where we ended up losing some light to get our pictures done for touring. Mackenzie's tour of World Showcase.
Exactly. Although the rest of the pictures of the girl told me, it should dry, but, make sure you don't bump it up against anything while it's drying because it'll smear. All of the pictures has Mackenzie holding her arm out so you can see the tattoo because it was drying.
Oh.
But we rode Maelstrom.
Loved the Maelstrom.
Maelstrom, very good. Had a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And then we...
Did El Rio Day? Oh, no, it's not that anymore. It's now... That's not El Rio de Tampo. It's... the Three Caballeros tour, Mexico, wishing it was El Rio de Tiempo.
Something like
I miss the music from El Rio de Tiempo so much.
I do too.
It was so much fun. I don't know why they couldn't keep the music, just throw the characters in there, but whatever.
Yeah. But it was good. So we enjoyed that. And then we hustled it back over to the American Adventure because it had been years and years since we had seen the American Adventure. And I really wanted Stephen to see it, especially... actually, Mackenzie was the one who hates shows, but ended up really liking it. Mm-hmm. So that was good.
Well, they're old enough now. I think they can enjoy what's behind it. And the show itself.
So that was good. So
we made it for the last showing of the night, 9 o'clock.
And that is a good tip, though. The last showing, even though Epcot, it says it closes at 9 o'clock, the last showing for the American Adventure is during Illumination. So
right before Illumination starts.
From 9 to 9:30. So we were about 9:30 getting out of the park. It was pretty... deserted by then.
Yep.
Funnel cake station was closed.
Yeah.
I never got my funnel cake.
No.
I'm a little sad.
Downer.
So, let's talk about... That was Epcot then. We were done with Epcot.
That concludes Epcot.
Yep.
Animal Kingdom? Hot. I know we've used the term Animal Kingdom hot before, but this is like Animal Kingdom...
I don't think Tarzan had to put up with this kind of hot.
No, he didn't.
Oh my gosh. It's hot.
But we did Dinosaur for the first time in a long time.
Yeah, it was Mackenzie's first time doing Dinosaur. Yeah. I think she liked it.
I think so, too.
She laughed a little bit.
Yeah.
And then the kids did Primeval Whirl, which they really liked. I thought there's no possible way.
No, not in that heat.
The way I had been feeling that I was going to make it off there without losing breakfast. So we skipped that when we waited for them.
Yep.
And then what else did we do?
Well, we went to get something to drink just to cool down. And then we went to...
because we had fast passes.
If that, we had to wait for our fast pass time to kick in.
Expedition Everest.
Yes.
And then we did that. And then we got out of there.
It was just too hot.
I really want to go to Animal Kingdom sometime when it's like 70 degrees.
Yes.
And explore the whole park. I don't do well in the heat anymore. I really don't.
I know.
But I think it's probably an amazing park that we have probably only experienced maybe a third of it.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's just been too hot. We get in, we get out, we do our favorites, and
park of discovery, but when it's just too hot to,
Ugh, you can't appreciate anything. No. And I think it's a park you really need to take your time and appreciate what's there.
So hopefully we can make it down there at some point when...
I hope so. That'd be nice.
A little bit cooler.
So
see how schedules work out.
And then we had Hollywood Studios and my favorite ride, Toy Story Mania.
Yes.
Love the Mania. It's just really fun.
It is fun.
And that was another thing that Walt told us on Toy Story Mania. There's like a hidden bonus level in there, but you have to hit a certain sequence. He couldn't remember what it was. And
so if anybody knows the hidden sequence to get to this level.
Any of your listeners out there know.
We got to get it out there for everybody.
That's pretty cool.
That was cool.
And you beat me again.
No.
I've never beaten you.
Well.
That's because you're a boy and you played video games when you were little.
I'm sure that's it.
That's exactly
wink,
what
wink.
it is.
Wink, wink. Wink, wink.
I don't know.
But the studios is where we came into our major downpour that one day.
Oh, my goodness.
We had we did Star Tours a couple times. Mm-hmm. And then we went back, figured, hey, let's go see some Muppets. Because we had time before.
No, we were going to do something else. Well, then it rained, and I said, let's go to the Muppets because it'll give us a half an hour, 25 minutes to...
I thought we were killing time before Fast Pass at Toy Story.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
No
you're
problem.
right.
No problem.
And we came out of the Muppets.
We came out there, and it was like the deluge.
It was horrible.
And it was just one of those really hard... I'm sure you all know the hard Florida rain. Mm-hmm. And back in the Muppets, that you can't duck in and out of buildings. You're going to get wet.
Yeah.
So we just waited till it slowed down.
And then we just ducked in and out a little bit.
As much as we could. We stopped at the oasis of the ABC commissary for a little bit.
Yeah. Well, that's because it started to rain really hard again.
Did. And you know how short that walk is. We were under a umbrella at one of the tables there in the boulevard there right in front of the ABC commissary. So we went in and see if there was a table.
Yeah.
We sent the scout over.
We sat there for a few minutes and then... It let up enough that We were still wet.
I think we just checked out at that point.
But Mackenzie, we had fast passes for Toy Story Mania, and Mackenzie really, really wanted to go. And so we made our way over, and
Yep.
I thought I'm not going to literally be the wet blanket, even though I was soaked. But we went in, and we did Toy Story Mania, and then we decided to go back to the room, and that ended our night there.
That was it?
It was later. I mean, it was getting close to closing time. It wasn't like it was,
Right.
4 in the afternoon where it was probably going to let up soon. And I think it rained most of the night.
Yes. Oh, we didn't see the show, but there's the new fireworks show at Hollywood Studios.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what is the amount? They said everyone has raved, and the employees, everyone who's been there is raving about these frozen fireworks. Mm-hmm. And it's like what, like 1.5 times the amount they use at the
Yes.
Polynesian at
Yes.
the Magic Kingdom.
Yes. Magic Kingdom was like 5,600
Pounds,
and this was like 82
Yes.
or 8,300 pounds.
So people are just raving about these. So.
We saw the fireworks when we were driving in to
from a
Disney
distance,
World.
yeah.
We've seen it from a distance, and they're beautiful.
Yeah.
So
if you get a chance, check those out.
yeah, so we did that. The kids did Rock and Roller Coaster.
I didn't do that.
I didn't do that either. I thought that will do me in. So you and I waited on a bench. It was kind of nice. We people watched.
We did.
It was nice.
We went. We were trying to find a snack.
I wanted a hot pretzel.
A hot pretzel. I walked up there and the hot pretzel stand was closed.
Yeah.
Why are you closing hot pretzel stands?
I don't know.
I don't
really
know.
wanted.
You could get a hot turkey leg.
Ugh.
Exactly.
So, but I wanted a hot pretzel. That wasn't going to happen.
No.
So we did the Great Movie Ride. I'm sort of over that.
It just needs something.
It needs something.
I mean, I don't think you can get rid of the Wizard of Oz, but you got to do something.
Yeah. I don't know. But
That's a whole other Oprah.
I guess so.
Oh.
But we didn't eat at the studios. Oh, we ate at the 50s Primetime Cafe. We talked about that before
We did.
with our wonderful waitress.
That was good again.
Yeah, that was very good. So, and then that was it.
That we did. Is that all the parks? Oh, we got to talk about Typhoon Lagoon.
Oh,
This is our first time, because we're not really water park people.
Well, we're not water park people. Steven is not water park people.
No, Mackenzie is a water park.
Mackenzie is what we've just never been, and so that was going to be Mackenzie's first 13th.
That was her
thing.
first thing.
It was supposed to be for the
She
month
wanted
of
to do.
July. She's like, please, I just want to go to a water park. So we said, all right, we're going to the water park.
We're going to the water park, and it was okay. I mean,
I think if we were water park people and we enjoyed slides and things, we probably really would have liked it.
right.
But she loved it.
Oh, she had a great time.
Steven was like, yeah, I'm not doing that again. But so you and I decided to go in the wave pool.
We decided to go in the wave pool because we weren't going to go all the way out to where the wave is. No.
About halfway. We thought we'd be safe.
We were standing there like, hey, this will be fun. All of a sudden, there was some kind of weird noise.
And they blow like a horn.
Something.
A couple times to let you, prepare.
Yeah. We're far enough away. What do we need to prepare
we
for?
were more than halfway away.
Yeah, we were only like a quarter of the way into the pool. We weren't even,
yeah. And so
we hear a whoosh. We're like, oh, look, here it comes. Look at this.
And it gets
wow,
bigger.
that's big.
It's really big.
That's not really going down at all.
It looks like it's even getting bigger.
I think it's heading right for us.
We tried to get out of the way.
Yeah, we did.
It's not even 4 foot deep there, know. So we're trying to walk and run to get out of.
No.
Oh yeah, that didn't work.
No, wave energy apparently goes very far.
Oh my goodness! And if you know me at all, I'm an excellent swimmer.
Oh yeah,
but I don't like to get my hair wet, and I don't like to get my face wet.
All the nieces and nephews know: do not splash Aunt Dawn.
They are very well aware, and I love my brothers and sisters because if we're in the pool and they splash me, they yell at their kids to get out of the pool. I'm like, oh, they're well trained kids.
Yeah,
but it's just my quirk.
Yeah,
so
that's all right. But this wave came; it bared down on us.
It went over our heads.
It was crazy.
It was, and we are tall people.
We're tall.
We are tall, and it was over our heads. I was like, oh my goodness. So it was, and to watch people who had never done it before, like us, I'm sure it was amusing.
Oh, I'm
people
sure.
who knew what was coming.
We're on somebody's gag reel somewhere.
Probably. So, yeah.
But that was shocking. So then we kind of sat back at the back of the pool. There's like a little ledge there where we can kind of sit.
Yeah.
And even there it was pretty strong. And you get a secondary wave.
Yeah, because you get what's coming back up from the beach area.
You get the backwash.
Oh, my God. But it was fun. So then we decide... we saw the kids in passing going somewhere.
Yeah.
So then we decide we're going to go to the lazy river, and I forget what it's called. Something Creek.
Yeah.
Castaway Creek, something. I don't know.
That might be.
So we decide to do this. So we find inner tubes, which is not a very easy thing to do.
You got to kind of beg. You're begging people as they get out of the pool or waiting for someone to apparently lost theirs partway up, upstream to coast down to you.
Yeah, I thought that is the one thing that maybe Disney could have done slightly better is to have their employees maybe there's only like 3 or 4 entrances into the creek and out of the creek. That maybe their employees could have been because there was usually an employee that was kind of standing there.
Yeah, they're lifeguards.
Or they walk along there. Mm-hmm. Be a little bit more vigilant and pull it out, because if you've been standing there like right at the steps where you enter and wait for someone to get out and hand you their inner tube because they're getting out, that does not work so well, because the pushy people get in, walk about 10, 15 feet up the creek, and start grabbing people who are getting out.
They're tube pirates.
They are.
Inner tube pirates.
They are. So I think, I don't know how they could make that a little bit more efficient, but it seemed to be where we got in and out, where our chairs were and our stuff was, it was a little congested there. Some of the other in and outs maybe weren't quite as bad. And there, we did see a couple inner tubes piled up.
Yeah.
But, that was a little. But overall, if you are going to do that, then you need to 100% be prepared. You are going to get wet. Your hair is going to get wet. And your face is going to get wet, because they have stuff that shoots at you everywhere. They have waterfalls coming down at you.
They get little guns where kids on the side can try to shoot people going by in the tubes.
Well, they're old propeller. They're old boat motors.
Oh, boat motors, yeah. So
they're boat motors.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, my goodness.
But it was a long river.
Yes, it certainly was. And we went around twice. I mean, it was enjoyable. It wasn't like, we got to get out of here. It was very, very enjoyable. We just floated on our inner tubes.
And if we went back, I would lazy river again.
Oh, I definitely would too. So I mean...
I didn't mention this on the show. I might take that money and rather just go to the beach club. That's more our speed, I think, for pools. And
definitely. Oh, we're definitely beach club people.
You got the lazy river there. You got the sand bottom pool. I think it's got the whirlpool.
Well, there was no sand there in the pool.
No.
Because Mackenzie, of course, she's right at the rope, in the wave pool, wanting the wave full force, because I don't know, someone had told her, wait till the wave comes at you and then you swim away from it. It'll just kind of carry you. So she liked that. But she was doing it at a shallower point in the pool, and she scraped up her knee pretty good. So, but she liked it, and that's what matters. We do a lot of things for our kids, and so that was one of Mackenzie's 13 wishes, and getting her tattoo was a 13 wish. Should
we finish the show with her other 13th wish? We'll
finish the show with her third 13th wish.
Because if you're not going to finish your vacation with this, you've not had a vacation.
So we went to Epcot was just Mackenzie's ultimate park. And so she wanted to go back to Epcot the morning we left and to ride Test Track one more time, Soarin' and Spaceship Earth.
Last hurrah.
So we tried to get fast passes for those, but in the fast pass system, there are some starred attractions. So we weren't able to get Test Track and Soarin' because they're in the same grouping.
Yeah, the same tier.
So we picked Soarin' and we picked Spaceship Earth. They automatically give you a third if you don't pick a third.
Yes.
And we thought we'll let the kids run ahead, because we weren't going to do Test Track again because your knee was bothering you.
Yeah.
And I thought I couldn't handle the motion and then try to have the drive home. I didn't want
that. I didn't want to have to hustle it down there to get there. So I said, go ahead.
So I thought, we'll just let the kids go ahead. They'll ride. Well, by the time they got there, because park opening, I don't know, Epcot was, I think, the worst we experienced trying to get into the park. I don't know. And they seemed to have enough turnstiles open, but they didn't have them all open. There was 4, I shouldn't say turnstiles, they're not turnstiles anymore, but 4 places it was just they didn't have open.
They got those the Mickey head things. What do you call it? The Fast Pass Plus. Not the Fast Pass Plus. The Magic Band entrances.
Right.
I don't think a lot of people could figure these things out.
And you know what? And at opening at Rope Drop at Epcot, I noticed, and it was the only park I noticed it at, because we were at Rope Drop for every park.
Right.
Only at Epcot is the music so blaringly loud you can't even think.
What's up with that? And the speakers are right there next to where you're going.
Oh, it's so loud. And so I think some of these people who are having trouble with getting in with their magic bands and needing to, do the finger scan and everything, they can't hear the cast members' instructions on how to do it. And I think it holds it up, because we didn't have the problem at the Magic Kingdom.
No.
We didn't have that problem at Studios or at Animal Kingdom. It was just...
Every time we went there.
Every time we went to Epcot, it was a wait. when we were there at Rope Drop. Later in the day it wasn't a problem, but at Rope Drop. But once the music shut off, it seemed to be a little bit better. Mm-hmm. So anyway, we sent the kids run ahead. By the time they got there, the wait was 45 minutes. So Steven says to Mackenzie, let's just do single rider line and just go. Yep. So they decided to do that. Well, they got a little bit of pixie dust. There was a party of 3 right ahead of them, or in the regular line. Mm-hmm. They filled the front row of the car with that family. And then the guy called next 3 single riders, and happened to be Steven and Mackenzie. Yep. So they got to sit right next to each other in the same car. So
awesome.
It worked for them. Then we went and rode Soarin'.
Yep, they joined us over there.
Yep, rode Soarin'. That was fun. And then, of course, we had to have the last ride on Spaceship Earth.
Her second favorite ride.
Mm-hmm. So, which was nice because by the time we got there, the wait was 45 minutes for it. Yeah. And thankfully, we had a fast pass. Yep. We were able to zip right on pretty good. So then we had lunch. And this is the way to end your time at Disney World.
Yes.
And we knew we weren't exactly going for lunch.
No, it wasn't. There was going to be no real food involved.
Lunching going on. So we decided to finish at Beaches and Cream, which is one of our favorite places to go.
Yes.
Steven got French fries because he is not a dessert kid.
No.
So he got fries. And for Mackenzie's third wish, she wanted the kitchen sink.
Yes.
And she was just over the moon with the kitchen sink.
Yep, we got it. They had the whole presentation where they dim the lights.
And there's yellow lights that flash around.
That's right, like ambulance lights come on. They make the announcement and parade it around the restaurant. Mm-hmm. Sit it down in front of you. They bring out separate bowls and spoons.
Which Mackenzie didn't appreciate. She wanted to dig right into the kitchen sink.
I think she's just going to dive in. She's going to put on her swimming suit and go in.
I guess I said, Mackenzie, there are other people eating this. I think we will keep it a little more sanitary. So use the spoon and put whatever you want on your dish.
I think she ate all the cherries off of it.
She ate every single cherry. She did. And I will say the brownie was really good. I had a brownie and some strawberry ice cream. I got a little bit of the peanut butter sauce on that.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't really good with the strawberry.
No, we're not big on that many different flavors together, but we had to get it this one time.
Yeah, and so we got it just exactly how it came.
And it was good.
It was.
It was good.
It's one of those things I think you have to experience once. If you go to Disney World on a regular basis, or if you're going on a once-in-a-lifetime trip, get the kitchen sink. It's just fun.
Once we got halfway done with it, I wanted coffee ice cream and I couldn't find it in there. So we called it, we were mining for
ice cream.
Mining for whatever you wanted that was left.
And we did pretty good. I mean, we ate probably a good third to a good half of it.
Oh, at least half, I think.
Yeah, half. So, but it was very pretty presentation, and so it was good.
It was a good way to end the trip.
It was.
So.
And then we got in the van and
drove our 10 hours or 12 hours, whatever it needed to be, and continued the next day home. So that's our trip.
It was a good trip. I don't know that I'm ready for another one. I'm ready for another cruise.
Yeah, I'm ready for a cruise.
It's so hard. When your kids are little, there's not that there's not stuff to do when your kids are older, because you can do more things with them and they'll appreciate more of it.
Right.
But when the kids were little, I wouldn't have let them stay alone in the kids club on a ship. I wouldn't, because I that kind of a mom, and I worry too much. But once our first cruise, Mackenzie was 10, so she's well and old enough to, say she's having fun, she's not having fun, what's going on. So Disney World was wonderful for us when the kids were super little. But now that the kids are older, boy, do I enjoy our cruises.
I gotta say, I would love to go down, maybe spend maybe 2 days, 3 days doing maybe the favorite park stuff, and then get on the boat.
I think that's what we're going to do next year. I mean, I think that's the plan, isn't it?
I think that's the plan.
I hope that's
sacrilege. Newsflash! I think we're going to try some Universal, I think, next year too.
We are.
I'm very excited about that.
It's all because of me, because I got into the Harry Potter books.
Well, that's true. I've always wanted to see it, but I don't know if I really want to spend the money to go over there and see it. If that makes any sense?
I do.
Because I'm not really a coaster guy, but now you got these themed Potter lands, and I'm thinking,
I don't know, but we've heard from some of our neighbors that we have to try the coasters. And so I was telling about my motion sickness, and they said, well, they get a little patch, and they do wear a patch when they go to Universal.
I've heard of that for cruising. I never thought about that for theme park rides.
I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to give it a try next year.
Yeah. So I'm sure we'll be talking about that on future shows and stuff. So Universal for a couple days, Disney for a day or two, then we're going to get on the Dream, I think.
I think so.
How fun will that be?
I'm so excited, especially because we are cruising with very good friends of ours.
Yes.
So that will be pretty awesome.
And that'll be our 4th Disney ship. We will have done all the ships.
That's
all
right.
The Disney ships.
We will hit the Grand Slam.
How cool is that?
Yeah. And it was totally unexpected. We were not expecting to do that. Just kind of came up. Our friends wanted to cruise. They had never done it before. They didn't want to go alone. And I raised my hand. I'm like, pick me. I'll go with you. And our dates happened to align. The stars all aligned. So we're going.
Yeah.
And we ended up getting cabins next to each other, too.
That's awesome.
So we're excited about that.
Good family. It'll be a good time.
Oh, it'll be a lot of fun.
We got to book a Palo brunch in there if there's one available. Though.
Yes. Lots and lots of fun.
Because I don't want to miss the regular dining, but I still love my Palo. Steven will get to go to Palo. What about that? That'll blow his mind.
That'll way blow his mind. I don't think he would like it for brunch.
Well,
I really don't. He's going to want his steak. He's not a brunchy kind of kid. He's not going to want to...
Well, they call it brunch, but I think it's real food. We'll see.
I don't think it's... We probably need to look into that.
We'll check.
We'll see.
All right. Anything else we need to bring up?
No, but I would love to hear from your listeners if they've done the Pralo brunch.
Yeah.
What did they like? What was their favorite foods there? Was there anything that they didn't particularly care for?
Would an 18-year-old
would an 18-year-old boy who is pretty much a steak and fries kind of guy?
Well, no, he's kind of a foodie on cruises, though.
Yeah, it's true.
That's what I was thinking about.
I was just thinking
he likes different stuff.
Fries. That could be.
If he doesn't like it, give him steak and fries that night.
I guess.
You know?
I guess.
But yeah, let us know. Anybody's done the Palo brunch, I'm very excited to hear about that. I've heard good things about it, but those are usually other foodie people.
Exactly. But overall, what would you give the trip on a scale of 1 to 10?
1 to 10. Well, normally I never give a 10. Which means I would give it a 9, but it was so hot.
It was hot.
I'll give it an 8.
Give it an 8?
I'll go 8.
I'd say it's probably about an 8.
Solid 8?
Yeah, solid 8.
I love the room.
So, I did too.
I love the location of the room.
Exactly. We had the couple little housekeeping issues. And
yeah.
It happens.
It does.
So, although I just kind of laughed because after we had the 3 half-filled toiletry things come up, they sent us just an enormous bag full of them.
Oh, maybe I'll post that picture too.
Post that picture. That's hilarious.
With the show.
Of all the...
It all makes sense.
Bottles, which I laugh because we brought them all home.
Oh, we're bringing them home. You bring them to us. We're bringing them home. We don't want you to stick those in someone else's bathroom.
No. No, please.
We're considerate that way.
Please. But no, I love it because, I mean, all 4 of us, can use the shower gel and the shampoo and stuff, and I send that stuff to camp with Mackenzie, so I don't have to...
It's not like it's not good stuff.
No, it's really good.
It's good
not as good as the stuff on the ship. I like that stuff the best, but the stuff in the hotel, it's not bad at all.
No, it's high. It's up there.
Yep, my hair did well. So it's all good.
Excellent.
All right.
Well, let's sign it off.
All right.
Everybody, thanks for joining us on ResortLoop.com. This is the Dawn and Tim post-vacation rundown.
Wrap-up show.
You can join me on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. I'm ResortLoopTim. We have that website, ResortLoop.com. If Bob Collar were here, he would say you can follow him on Twitter at ResortLoopBob. He's on Instagram. He's all over the place. You know where he's at. But if Bob was here, I would say this is the gateway to the magic. And then he would say,
see you, everybody.